Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today we are going to be talking about some sad Final Space news and some happy Final Space news for you international fans. So let's start with the bad and end with the good. I think is a good place to do it here. So Olin Rogers, the creator of Final Space, gave us a 7-minute long video roughly basically saying that Warner Brothers is no longer planning to do Final Space anymore. So that means ultimately, as of right now, there is no Final Space Season 4. Now, the show technically isn't canceled, so it's a possibility that they could come back in some point in the future, but don't get your hopes up anytime soon. If we do see a Final Space Season 4, it's going to be a very long time. I'm talking probably like 4 to 5 years minimum. So it's going to be a while, and it sucks. I've been doing YouTube for a while now, 2 or 3 years. I got over 500 videos on this channel, and it was the first thing I reviewed, so it's definitely gonna be a little sad to see it go, and I might get a little emotional. You know, I definitely shook me that Final Space, the first video I ever did on my channel was Final Space Season 1, Episode 1 review. As bad as it was, the videos have gotten better. The lighting hasn't gotten better. I'm still working with that. It's been a while since I've actually had to use my lights, because now it's getting dark at like 7:30. I'm filming this right around 7:30, and it is pretty black outside, and that sucks because like 2 weeks ago, it was light until like 8:15, 8:30, and it just keeps getting darker every single day, as so the Earth rotates around the sun. But moving forward, I think what may happen is I think we'll get it later on, and it does. It sucks because with all of the things that I've reported on, one thing that stuck out to me the most was, oh, we're getting 6 seasons, because he said he had enough material for 6 seasons. So we ended with like the world falling apart, and that's just where the end is. You know, there's not a comic book, there's not a manga to go based off of. That's just the end. It's a cartoon with, you know, I mean, Olin probably has the ending up in his head, but we don't know it. I mean, he may at one point give it to us. Maybe he'll give us some storyboards in the foreseeable future, or maybe, you know, you can kind of purchase the storyboard for season 4, 5, and 6, what they would be, maybe later on, or turn it into a comic book. He said he's going to be fine. You know, he's got other projects going on, but it was just massively set up for failure, the type of cartoon it was. Because number one, you try to be serious. It's an American cartoon. You can't do that. You pretty much have to do that with anime. Japan's got it figured out where, yes, you can do all these different variety of things with animation, where it seems like if you're in the USA, if it's not funny, nobody cares, which kind of sucks. You know, think about South Park, American Dad, Rick and Morty. They're all designed to be more funny, whereas Final Space was trying to become more and more serious, but everything was against him, where he was like, oh no, we have to put in these jokes. We have to put in these jokes. We got to make it funny. We got to make it funny, because that's what Warner Brothers wanted. Not only that, Warner Brothers owns TBS, by the way, if you did not know that. Not only that, Warner Brothers went through like a merger or two. Final Space went through a pandemic, and it just had a lot of things going against it. Season 1 was advertised very well. Season 2, very little. And Season 3, I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 previews for it that weren't on YouTube, that were on Adult Swim. But Adult Swim didn't get the viewership that it wanted. They didn't really advertise it at all, so I doubt it's going to pop up on Adult Swim. It's not going to be on TBS anytime soon either, but now we're going to get into the good news portion of it. I believe he said it was either the 16th or the 17th. All of Season 3 is going to be on Netflix. That's right, Netflix. So that means all of our international friends that did not view the season yet will be able to see it legally on Netflix, unless they, viewed it illegally by some other computer means, which I think it's around on the internet, because I know I got screenshots, thumbnails for pretty much all of my review videos through Google Images, so I'm sure there's plenty of other stuff out there. But the good news is, based on my reviews, the ratings are going to be pretty freaking good on Netflix. And the reason I say that is because when I first started reviewing Final Space, nobody cared. not really. I was getting maybe 10, 15 views of video. And then I did my season 2 videos, and they were getting a couple hundred views. Not bad for me. And then it released internationally. I had no idea. All of my Final Space reviews skyrocketed. All of them were getting, pushing 1,000 views, 800 views, things along those lines. So I think what will save Final Space, if it can be saved, is the international release. I hope Netflix realizes that it does well, or if it does do well enough, that Netflix will pick it up. They will buy it from TBS, Warner Brothers, if you will, which I think that's going to be the biggest kind of issue, is depending TBS. I'm hoping they're just looking to give to somebody else, make a quick buck and get rid of it because it didn't do well. But at the same time, because they're like a big TV studio, they may be asking a crap ton of money for it, depending on how it does. So if season 3 does really well, and I know it does really well, Netflix might not want to purchase it because Warner Brothers wants too much money. But I'm hoping that Warner Brothers is just like, here you go. We didn't advertise this at all. We did no marketing strategies whatsoever. We did like one preview for the first season, and then basically was like, oh, this show is garbage. It's not getting enough viewers. Here you go. Take our hot garbage for a couple $1 million. And obviously I don't think that, but I'm trying to put myself in the mind of the executives where the views were, because internationally it seemed like it got more viewership than it did in the United States. Yes, there's plenty of United States fans, but a lot of people were thoroughly enjoying it internationally, and that's good to see, because if you give it to a worldwide audience, that means higher view count, more people are watching it, you get more money, you can get some merchandise out. I know merchandise is still being sold, and they didn't really advertise the merchandise either for the show. Merchandise can be, a very large portion of sales. Look at something like Star Wars, for instance, where merchandise is a huge, huge, huge amount of the sales. Some of the merchandise actually makes them more money than the movies themselves, which is kind of crazy, but it's true. I don't know if it's still true, but for the longest time, that was a fact, that the merchandise was making Lucasfilms, before they were bought out by Disney, more money than the actual movies themselves for many, many years. So if you go to the website, you can still find that limited edition. I put it in quotes because not enough people bought it. I don't know how many they actually made, but you can still buy it. It's still sitting there. I think it was like $40, something along those lines, with Mooncake with a knife in his mouth, the official licensed plushie. I thought that was really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's my fault for not purchasing that plushie, even though I'm not really the biggest stuffed animal fan. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge stuffed animal fan. Don't really have any myself. At this point in time, not on my bed or anything along those lines. I'll go with my pillow. I got my single pillow, and that's about it. Sometimes I use 2 pillows if I feel the need. But yeah, buy some merchandise. You can support Olin that way. But that's the bad news, that's the good news, and I think that's where we're going to leave it. So bad news is, who knows what, when we're getting a season 4, if Netflix picks it up, that would be great, because then we're definitely getting the final parts of it. They will definitely renew it for 3 seasons. I'd like to think they would renew it. At least they'll give it 1. At the very least, we'll get season 4 if Netflix does pick it up. So international fans, do your thing, watch the crap out of it. I know I'm going to be playing it nonstop, hopefully, on my Netflix account, so hopefully that does it. Hopefully that does the trick, where we will be able to get Final Space Season 4 into production. But right now it's on hiatus. Don't expect videos from me anytime soon about it unless I get an update. Maybe I'll do a merch, I'll do a merch video once in a while. I mean, Mooncake is my soul animal. He is literally part of my icon for my channel. I have One Punch Man I was doing at the time, so I drew myself as One Punch Man with my gut hanging out of my belt, and I had Mooncake, my buddy, hanging out nearby. And it'll be sad to see it go. It will be. It'll definitely be sad to see it go. Olin Rogers, thank you for everything. Thank you to the staff. Everybody on the staff team did all the voice acting, the animation, and everything else, the writing. And just thanks for giving me something to enjoy. That was an American-made cartoon. That was something different. It's something that I don't think has really fully been done before, the way they did it. And yes, there were some ups and downs and a lot of forced comedy, but the networks will only do so much. If it goes on to Netflix, I think it can definitely get a lot more serious. We can get away from like random interrupting jokes that just put a stop to the entire episode, which I think I have mentioned before in the past. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you'd like me to do for future cartoon and anime videos. You can look forward to your meme videos again, probably posting one of those on Thursday. I know a lot of people enjoy those. Last video, not so much, but we'll switch it up. They like the ladies more than the guys. I was trying to throw the guys a bone, but is what it is. Is what it is. Yet again, thank you for watching. My name is Steve Gray, and as always, have a good one.